Adele has to be notified that when she adopts these types of cultures, particularly that from black and brown people, in this case, black people, she benefits off of, in many ways, things that are ridiculed within our own community by the public at large.
But this hairstyle is ridiculed? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. In certain parts, I mean, in the United States, for example, black women are often ridiculed for wearing their hair in cornrows and Bantu knots and other things at jobs. They can't get jobs. They're called unprofessional. They get discriminated. But someone like Adele, who's a white woman, when she can choose to put that hairstyle on, and it's a trend for her. But there's a racial disparity in that for those who come from that culture who do the same thing.
But isn't the young woman simply trying to show her affinity with a carnival? I'm sure you're probably aware it's a part of London where a lot of black people settled when they first came to this country.
Absolutely.
I knew you'd be aware of that. The young woman herself was born in Tottenham, which again is an area where there's been a lot of black folk have settled. Isn't she just showing appreciation of that, Ernest?
She could have showed appreciation by just keeping on the Jamaican flag bikini. No one's saying anything's wrong with wearing the bikini. But I think to take it as a step far by wearing the hair. I mean, think about it this way. At Coachella, there are people who put on Native American attire that are not Native Americans. And it's inappropriate. Well, you have to recognize, the impact. And I think the difference here is that, she is a celebrity that has a global influence. And so what does it look like to see a bunch of white women wearing Bantu knots that's not at Notting Hill?
Okay,
the context is important.
Lastly, one newspaper covers the story today, and they feature a picture of Lionel Richie performing in Scotland, and he's wearing a kilt and a tartan Scottish hat, and it's reported that the crowd loved it. I'm not accusing Mr Richie of a cultural appropriation, but presumably you would.
Well, I wouldn't. Because
hang on, my friend. How come Lionel Richie can wear a kilt, but Adele can't have her hair?
I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
For starters, is because Scottish people are not being shamed for wearing their kilts. And so we have to understand that there's a level of anti-blackness and racial bias. There were people who criticized me on social media and told me, you can't wear a suit because, that would be cultural appreciation. Yeah, they were ignorant. Yeah. But we have to understand that black people in society have to assimilate to different cultures. The way we talk, the way we dress, the way we do to be acceptable in society. And it's a shame. And so I think we need to understand the difference between assimilation and cultural appropriation.